Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. We're going to be using one deck to beat Utopian Sky and a different one to beat Demon here, whoever those people are. The first deck we'll be using is the deck that I built, Infinite Life Gain. And you'll see I have Fear of Abduction here, which doesn't belong in the deck, but it does. Sporegetic Infection and Deep Cavern Bat are going to be my... that's good enough for removal for this hand, so we'll start out with that. But I also have Soul Coil Viper, and using the Sporegetic Infection, I'll try to hold them off for the first 2 turns so that I can get Soul Coil out and I can get Liliana of the Veil out. Now I want to get Liliana out so that I can discard Fear of Abduction. And the Soul Coil is going to bring it back. Now hopefully they'll have a creature out and not 10 creatures out. When I pull out the, or when I sacrifice my Soul Coil. That way I can destroy that and get the best value out of Fear of Abduction. But honestly, there's better things you can put in here, so you don't have to worry about that. I will include the deck list for both decks. Now this first deck is interesting enough. The win condition is an infinite life loop, but there are other win conditions as well. Fear of Abduction is not really a win condition, but it sure helps to get it out quick. Commune with Evil. Now that is a card that was previous Maze Mind Tome. No, not that one. But Fear of or Commune with Evil was in this deck, and what I did with it was, of course, what you do with it. You gain 3 life, and you draw a card, and you put 4 cards on, or 3 cards on the bottom of your deck. It looks like they've got that artifact just for some land or for some draw. Looks like I'm going to get Liliana out fairly quickly without too much worry, because they don't have anything that can do anything to me. So we're going to discard a card and drop Fear of Abduction. We'll see what they drop. They've already used 1 removal, and that's okay. They killed the bat, but I still got to see what they had. Okay, now I've got 4 mana, so next turn I'll be able to put out Soul Coil Viper. And we're going to let them do their scry thing here. They didn't get what they wanted, so they put it on the bottom. And Commune with Evil. Come on. Oh, they lost some removal. Seems like they would have kept that removal and used it on Liliana, which is fine at this point. I don't really need Liliana beyond that first use to put Fear of Abduction in the graveyard. Now that it's there, I don't really care if I lose Liliana anymore. That doesn't always play out that way with this deck. In fact, I usually use her to either drop Fear of Abduction or to drop Bloodthirsty Conqueror, because that costs 5 mana to cast. But in this case, we're just going to discard again, work up towards the ultimate, get rid of Sporegetic Infection because they don't have any cards for me to cast it on. No need to hold it, and might as well take that island away from them. Now next turn, I'll be able to bring Liliana up to ultimate, but I'll also be able to bring back Fear of Abduction. Hopefully they'll get a little creature out there that I can kill, so I can get all the value out of it. Nope, not going to. So, more than enough land. Now we could even cast the Conqueror if we run into it. But yeah, I don't recommend putting Fear of Abduction in there. That's just something that I put in there because I like the mechanic of it. And I like the idea of sacrificing my 2/3 for a 5/5 flyer. So it doesn't pull off very easily. But I have 4 Liliana of the Veils in here. I believe 3 or 4. I'll put the deck list in the description for both decks. And I'm still getting over a cold here, or a flu, actually. So it may sound a little stuffy. Okay. Now, if they let me get the ultimate off, I'm going to give them the choice of their one with 3 counters or the one with no counters in their land. And they'll probably keep their land. If not, they might as well concede at this point. Okay, so wonder if they looked for a demon or something else here. Which I would think they would look for the long goodbye. Some removal to get rid of Liliana. That's okay. Didn't really need her, but that's pretty good artwork. Look at that. Reminds me of a Backdraft. If you haven't seen that movie, you should check it out. It's pretty good. There's a character in there they call Shadow because there was a backdraft of fire and the guy didn't get caught on fire. He survived. It burned him, but it left his shadow burned into the wall. So another character called him Shadow. I think that only really comes into play in one scene, but it's a pretty good scene. Okay. That's going to take him down to 20, so I'll bring him down to 10. And let's see here. Scry. Not going to do them much good, but I mean, they might pull some removal. Or a decent creature to give them to buy them some time. But that's about all they're going to get. They're down to 10 life. I've got 20. And I've got 9 on the board. One of them being a slasher. Kind of hard to get rid of. 5/5. I can take 5 damage. I don't care about that. And there's my draw. I removed Commune with Evil for Dire Sight. Surveil 2, draw 2 cards, and lose 2 life. You get to remove 2 that you don't want, and then you get to pick up 2. So you get more cards. Yeah, you lose life instead of gain life, but there's my Bloodthirsty Conqueror, but we're not going to need it. So we're going to, let's see, yeah, they got a flyer. We're going to drop Hopeless Nightmare to get rid of that flyer. Now they can't block the 5 that I've got going to them, so even if we trade punches to the face 5 at a time, and I just let the other 2 hang back and watch, I'm still going to win. But I'm not going to just let them hang back and watch. Okay. Down to 1, and I still have the Unstoppable Slasher. I think they're just checking out what their next draw would have been to see what they could have done, if anything. Yeah, there's not a lot they could do there. Just seeing if they can, maybe they've got a quest and they're trying to get 1 extra cast out. Nope, they're done. Okay, now we're going to move to a different deck. The deck we're going to try now, and we're climbing through Platinum towards Diamond and on to Mythic. The deck we're going to use this time is a black and white. The black and white I put together is basically I ran into someone playing Raise the Past. So I built a variation of it. And when I was playing it, my brother actually saw me playing it, and he saw a deck built by MTG Malone. And it's pretty similar. Now, one thing he had that I did not have is he had 4 Snarling Gorehounds and 4 Deep Cavern Bats. I added the 4 Gorehounds and 2 of the Deep Cavern Bats, but my deck is still a little different. I think I have about 6 cards different than what he has now. I had 12 different. So I copied him on 6. And let's see here. Now, the good thing about the Gorehound is you can do stuff like that. Just toss stuff in the graveyard. Should I have done that with the Starscape? Probably not, but it's okay. And yeah, I'll toss that in the graveyard. Because when you're filling the graveyard up, it's a bomb. So if I brought out the Starscape Cleric, what I've ran into a lot is I'll run into people who will just exile it like that. Completely exile the card, and you can't get that back. If you push it to the graveyard, you can still ding away with these little creatures and build your way up. You know, tear them down a little bit, build your life up a little bit, and then you've got the bomb in the background. I'm going to keep the Helpful Hunter. Now, the only bad thing about the Snarling Gorehound is the same thing that's good about it. You get to look at the next card, and you get to move it to the graveyard if you want to, or keep it. I want to keep the Helpful Lay Down Arms. Yeah, we'll get rid of Lay Down Arms. I want to keep the Helpful Hunter. The reason why is it's a draw. So it's a little bit of draw. But now that I've made that decision, I've got to make that decision 2 more times because I put out the bat. Which I kind of wish there was a way you can say, okay, I'm keeping this. Don't ask me again. Maybe that's a quality of life upgrade that they'll do later on. But then again, as soon as they do, I'll change my mind mid game, and I'll have the Caretaker's Talent. Not worried about that. I'll change my mind and say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it and see what we got. I'll just toss it in the graveyard. But it's too late because we made the decision and they did the quality of life upgrade and can't go back now. So I guess we'll deal with the making the decision extra times. Let's see what we got. Okay, now that I will keep, because that is a mini Raise the Past, a little more selective. And I'm going to, if I gift them a card, I get to draw 2 from the graveyard instead of 1. And I think that's what I'll do so I can get the maximum value out of it, because I've got 3 good creatures in there. 2 life gain and the bomb. And that's going to put them in a really bad spot, because I've got 3 life gain creatures, so that's 6 or 3 damage each, and it's going to push my life up to 30 plus. And they didn't get a chance to use their Get Lost. I know it's a sorcery, so we'll keep. There we go. Good game. All right. If you like this, please leave a like and a comment, and please subscribe. I'm going to put both deck lists in the description, so let me know what you think of them. But thanks for hanging out. Have a great day.